a historic tour here in Sri Lanka. New Zealand under 85 kilogram side taking on Sri Lanka Rugby here at Nittawela. It's going to be a cracker-lacking affair here as we look at a historic game to be played in our own shores.
It's just 5 men and Tyler Koenig is the go-to man once again, and they've got the drive on. Of course, Gillett, the vice-captain, tries to reach, has to lay it back, but now it's available and straight through goes Pasia Asiata. And the big number 8 from the Poneki club manages to touch down, plays his rugby in Wellington. He's one of the highest pedigreed players in this New Zealand under 85 team and gets the first touchdown.
Scream for defense to fan out, but it was too little too late.
Beautiful kick by Jared Percival there, making sure he adds the extra points. As you know, Sudarshana, Sri Lanka without their first choice line out forward. Adi Shavinatunga, as Sri Lanka break away and make a few yards. The ball is on the floor now and they'll pick and go. This is where the superior body weight of the Sri Lankan pack. The only limitation, oh well, it doesn't matter as Pasi Asiata's broken away. Is he looking for his second try? He is, but he won't get 80 meters to score it. But Pasadu Bandara goes back.
Backwards.
And the young fullback is absolutely hammered by Jared Percival. And well done by Callum Nimmo to get there. The hooker made a few yards as Megson throws a long ball out and it's beautifully run onto by Morrison. And here he is in for the corner. Goes Jamie Bedford. Brilliant work from him. And turning defense into attack. A 95-meter try. That's what we've come here to see. Here's Callum Nimmo now.
Step back, step back.
Taken outside the 22, so they can't kick this one out. Tyler Koenig. And the ball's being dropped and Sri Lanka now have an opportunity. Nigel Rockpotter spots the gap at the back. But Jackson Ephraim has done well to recover that bouncing ball.
It hit the pole. It hit the pole into in goal. He touched it down. Goal line dropout.
Pirina Bandara is the go-to man once again.
Use it.
And this time they take it towards the middle of the line.
No.
And straight over the top goes Jared Percival. Not a place where you usually find your 10. And that's been... that looks like trouble. Looks like trouble. It was cynical, wasn't it?
Just too many. Too many in the red zone. Sri Lanka want to attack New Zealand. Getting themselves in bad positions. He's got no choice there, the referee.
Had an opportunity as Sri Lanka set it up.
And he's over.
That's a try.
That's a try. And the first try scored for Sri Lanka by Dahan Wickramarachchi. Macy Katana schoolboy, the hometown lad, gets the first try and you can see they're pumped. And the crowd loves it. You could tell the pavilion liked it from the moment he hit it. Nigel Rockpotter. Looks like that was the hooter for the quarter. As they look to wind up one last time before the break. Nicely done that time by Francis Morrison. Finds the back of the hand offload and out for the corner goes Ben Megson. Lovely little offload that time from the vice-captain Josh Gillett. And it was the break from Morrison that did it really. And Sri Lanka just picking themselves up a little too slowly.
What a run from Francis Morrison. Took the ball, 22 years of age, looked up and just pieced his way through the Sri Lankan defensive line. They just weren't urgent enough chasing the kick. Find his way through then. The midfielders not chasing up hard enough. There was no line in place. And then another successful conversion to rub salt into the wound.
Cutting back infield is Giandre Dutoit. Lots of options now for Ferns. Here's Leahy again, but he gives it to Morrison. Morrison dummies. Morrison goes into the 5. Can he reach over? Just short.
No hands.
Presents nicely. Sri Lanka's defense have to fold. Vikramarajchi waits at the base and unfortunately been knocked on. Has it? No, it hasn't.
Time off.
Let's see what the referees decide.
Time off.
Well, JB Clemens is going to take his time here just to ascertain what exactly happened. If Frames looked to pass the ball, and then he tried to sell the fact that he was stopped by a Sri Lankan hand. That's what they're going to look at.
I understand something happened here.
He's not on the base of the scrum, but that's because 7 is pulled through with his hand, 7 White.
So 7 White has pulled through the ruck.
His hand has paid the ball, so there's a penalty to Black on the 5.
So that's advantage. Who's it lost forward by?
Lost forward by Black.
Lost forward by Black or by White?
Black.
By
And
Black.
that's due to White coming through the ruck and playing with their hands.
So what we have is a clear line break. A ruck is formed. Number 7, who is in the ruck, and off his feet, plays the ball out the 9's hand. It's cynical, it's a yellow card.
Given the marching orders this time.
They are now being given a good drenching. Hopefully that doesn't arrive here too quickly.
Jack Leahy at the back. Miza gets around and tries to disrupt, and he does well. Gillett now has been carrying strongly all evening. Frames. Here's Leahy. Leahy goes over. As soon as he got the ball, you knew that he was going to get over there. He's never been short of the gain line today, and Jack Leahy gets a decisive score for New Zealand just before half-time.
Right underneath the post.
Terrifying.
Brother of Hannah Leahy, indeed. She's been here for her honeymoon, so the Leahy family knows Sri Lanka well. Tyler Koenig has been the perpetual recipient of the line-out, and Josh Gillett chooses to whack this one into touch. We'll have a drink, thank you very much, he says, and 26 points to 7 is what Sri Lanka find themselves trailing in this game. Rifan, back of the hand from Srinath Surya Bandar. A big tackle by Ben Nixon on the Sri Lankan captain. Here's Johnny De Fernando. Carries straight and hard. Rifan, inside ball from one second row to another. Navin Marasinga, but it's beautiful work over the top from Jared Dutoit. But not rolling away was the call. Dutoit was good, but the tackler wasn't. As Nittawela hushes, and it's good. You could see the crowd from behind the goalposts erupt there as the skipper puts it straight through the uprights. Sri Lanka making a change in the front row, beautifully taken by Tinina Bandar, who goes down like a ton of bricks.
Oh, it was a clumsy challenge. It's going to result in a card. Asiata's going to go to the bin for that. Yeah, he's got no complaints. Just got himself in a bad position.
Surya Bandara puts the little chip kick in for Jayaturajaratne to chase. Well followed by Francis Morrison, and he has been the best New Zealand back in attack. And Petford now gets through the first line. He's got support, got to look for it though. Nice tackle by Kavindu Pereira, who gets across nicely. Francis Morrison, can he find Busby? Yes, he does. Shahid Zumri did well to shepherd, but in the end, oh, Jared Percival. He will hold his head in his hands, the skipper. But Josh Gillett now goes straight through. Looks for the offload, couldn't find Swartz, but does find Ben Scott. Gordon Howe, Roland. Just short of the 22, Sri Lanka defending for their lives, but a nice show and go, and it's Asiata once again stepping back in field, and oh, Jared Percival regathers and scores. He will want to make amends for the one he dropped by the corner flag, and you can see his relief as he manages to not cough it up a second time.
Oh, the Light Bears will be losing it. High school old boys out of Christchurch. Fantastic club. The captain's over. He's spilt one already. Almost came up with a second.
Raymond Riley on at 22. Megson is off.
Forward!
Sorry, 23 is Peter Swartz, who's gone into the second 5'8" position. I think you call it in your part of the world, Scotty.
That's right.
First center here where we come from. It's a wonderful tackle, a wonderful run, but spilt the ball. Here's Harrison. Lovely ball from him. Eamon Riley, and that's a lovely offload as well. Francis Harrison will get over. But what superb play from Eamon Riley.
How about that for a first touch?
Well, there's so much to love about that play, and there's been so much to love about Francis Morrison today. They're pretty pumped up in the crowd. Families here watching.
Bedford recovering from his shoulder injury, still going. Putting his head down, Simon Sear. Caudle Hull. So that's a beautiful show and go from Eamon Riley. Manages to find Francis Harrison, unselfishly gives it away to Pasia Asiata, and he scored in the first few minutes of the game. And it's been a long while coming, but he scored again.
Just magical work coming in and doing that.
Here's Simon
Backwards! Backwards!
Caudle Hull throwing that expansive dummy. Treby. Here he is, Purden, one of the men that's talking about, still going. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. What a line. What a line from Francis Morrison.
He's not held to place
Incredible. Morrison delivering from all corners. He's led New Zealand at the start, and he's leading them through the game. Absolute terrific stuff. It's brilliant stuff from New Zealand, and with that conversion, that's a half ton.
No, get out! Get out!
Since Sudarshan and I do it every day, we'd like you to do the honors.
Oh, it's a very tough call for me, but today, look, Francis Morrison has looked great. 2 tries for him. Asiata with 2 tries as well, but I think the glue that's held this team together, and it was a tough choice between this man and Josh Purden, but I'm going the other Josh. Josh Gillette today is my Commonwealth Bank Commercial Bank player of the match.
Well, the 2 Joshes have covered themselves in glory, and New Zealand have made themselves a 50 points to 10 runners-up winners in this first test against Sri Lanka. The New Zealand under-85s playing their first match as a representative team. They may not like it, but they are the small blacks, and the Nittawela crowd has engulfed them completely.
Absolutely brilliant stuff, mate. How was the game? What was your experience?
Well, it was absolutely incredible. The atmosphere here with all the fans is amazing. And, you know, I'd have to say full credit to the Sri Lankan team, man. They were absolutely outstanding. It was fun, fast rugby. It's exactly the brand we want to play here in New Zealand and Sri Lanka. And it's just an incredible opportunity to be able to play here.
Given that Sri Lanka had the size advantage when it comes to the weight, they had the weight advantage. The third rovers had to go on overdrive, and you had your work cut out. How was it like to match up with those bigger forwards from Sri Lanka?
Oh man, they were absolutely amazing with the ball. When they got on that front foot, we were scrambling and they just kept making meters. So, you know, full credit to them for keeping it up for the full 80 minutes. But yeah, really proud of our boys and the way they rallied and scrambled on defense.
We were told that it wasn't much time that you all had to come in together as a unit, but it did not show on the field. It was very cohesive. It was a brilliant work ethic from the team. How did that work plan out?
Yeah, you know, the group's been together, I think this is day 8. It's been an incredible week. New group of boys, we've never played together. It's been a real special trip coming here to Sri Lanka. Amazing, felt welcome. But yeah, we've just really bonded with the group, and I think that showed on the field.
I think the most difficult part that you had to handle here in the ground was the humidity throughout the game. How did you manage that? A lot of fluids would have gone into the system. How did you manage that?
I'd have to say I'm very grateful for that 20-minute drinks break in each half. Yeah, I mean, we're not used to this heat. It's seriously intense. But yeah, it makes it all the more cool to play in a different country, and yeah, Sri Lanka's been amazing.
Well, bad news is that in Colombo it's going to be a little bit hotter and a little bit more humid, but incredible stuff. Absolutely brilliant to have you guys here. Look forward to your next game.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks to Sri Lanka for having us, and we look forward to Colombo.
A very good afternoon and welcome to the Racecourse grounds for this momentous occasion. the second and final tour match between the New Zealand under-85s and the Sri Lanka team, live from this historic stadium, and we're going to see the Sri Lankans' best rugby players taking on New Zealand's best under-85 players. Certainly not. And that being said, I don't think the limitation means that we've left too many of our first choice front rowers off this team sheet. Pasiata, who scored the first try up in Nittawela, a little chip over the top. Surya Bandara has to be alive to it.
It's a goal line, he grounded it here, lads, goal line.
Plays like a tiny Rodney Soyalo, and here's a nice line break from Tilina Bandara, who's been one of the best Sri Lankan forwards of this tour so far. Here's the ball, beautifully done. Dalushkaran just got men over, just has to find the right one, and that's beautiful defense by Francis Harrison, from Jamie Bedford rather. Outstanding work from both teams.
Have a look at the play here. Good quick pass, and that line. Good straight running, good support play, and it was set up nicely for an opportunity. Ranjan looks the goods. That line crucial in straightening the attack.
Another scrum for New Zealand, and Asiata will be eyeing up that blind side for sure, but instead they go to the open. Lovely little chip over the top, so accurate, and Srinath Surya Bandara is 2-on-1. They needed to look for the man inside, but instead they go for the chip.
Oh, that is a wonderful piece of play from New Zealand. Percival finishes the job. He started it as well, but so many players involved. This is just expert level rugby skill from New Zealand here. The positioning of the back three for Sri Lanka, we talked about it at the start of the match. It was exposed on this occasion. Shanaka, that is a quality rugby union try.
Yes, that is a wonderful try, and they knew exactly what the defensive positioning was going to be, and Jared Percival read it like a book.
Stay 4.
Scored tries against the best of the 7th Circuit. That's a nice kick. An even better chase from Dinale Kanayaka, just unable to hold on to it, and now the counter-attack is open for Francis Morrison. Here's Swartz, manages to find the offload. Megson still going, beautifully done by Megson. It's a short ball to Jared Percival, and he's going to go over for his second one, a brace for the captain.
Pure counter-attack brilliance there, Jared Percival. Second try of the match. This time he's just in good support. The kick was good, it was a good option, just needed to be taken. Once again, the bounce of the ball favouring New Zealand. They quickly swung onto attack down the left-hand side. Megson again, he has been such a handful. Morrison involved. It's the small details at the moment for New Zealand.
Sri Lanka being caught in the counter-attack for the second try, and some excellent first phase work from New Zealand for the first try. That now they need to get the ball in their hand. Janitha Fernando with a nice dominant tackle on Pasia Asiata.
And crossing over here, just getting in the way.
That injury didn't seem to be bothering his standing leg at all. Tarinder Ratwatha knocks Sri Lanka's first points over on this ground that has become very familiar to him in Sri Lanka colours. Just unable to get out of that tackle was Josh Gellert, but it's available, and numbers available outside for New Zealand if Francis Morrison can find him, and he does. Peter Schwartz goes over for the try, but again, excellent hands from the New Zealand inside backs.
So many hard lines run by the New Zealanders in the build-up to that try. They worked through the phases. They took the crash ball. The pass was always on. Instead, possession was kept, and they drew Sri Lanka in. Narrow defence. There was always going to be numbers out to the left-hand side. Peter Schwartz on hand to take the final pass, but again, flat attack, well set up.
Finding space 3 times now. The first couple of tries came through brilliant counter-attacks. Finally, we find the target.
Ephraim's defeats. Sri Lanka just have not been able to make an impression in this scrum despite the significant weight advantage, and Ben Megson carries strongly to give Jared Percival a little bit of space, but it's available for Sri Lanka, just can't get it. Janitha Fernando, the loose head prop, just getting beaten by the ball. Lasindu Ishan has managed to snaffle this ball from the New Zealand liner, and Akash Madhushan finds his captain Darushka Ranjan. Here's Srinath Surya Bandara to Janitha Dilshan. Now he needs to find support inside. cutting back infield, and it's a good tackle made by Francis Morrison, and it's been knocked on by Sri Lanka. And that's half-time as well. Another really promising passage of play, but Sri Lanka just letting themselves down at the last possible moment.
17-3 at the break. Sri Lanka, they just need to keep their heads up here. They are well and truly in this match.
Six.
As are a lot of the customs and our respective greetings. They are by one and kia ora, very similar in meaning.
Ben
big defence.
Akash Madhushan and Tarinder Ratwat taking no prisoners, but despite that huge defense, New Zealand still managing to get the ball away and exit. Wow. That was, I think as Ian Smith would say, good cricket all round.
Oh, that's on, and pass was on.
Sri Lanka have missed a few of those opportunities for sure.
Can't play the halfback 16.
But now New Zealand giving away a few more penalties. Sri Lanka need desperately to capitalise.
Oh, Matt Treby just having an argument, but it's all smoke and mirrors and a bit of a distraction. I mean, the referee must be very close to having a conversation now.
Rugby does not have a problem. 202 for him.
A try for the Tuskers, and this game takes on a very different complexion. Great run on Riley.
Eamon Riley bumping off two tacklers, and now it's available for Tyler
Away,
Coonan,
no
who cuts
hands.
back on the angle. Tarindu Chaturanga.
Tackler. Tackler.
Well, if Auckland Rugby wants to station development officer in Sri Lanka, I'm sure he'd be most welcome as he knocks over the first points for New Zealand of this second half. It's 3-all. Got his hands on it again and finds Francis Morrison, and this is a great pass. Beautifully spotted, and Megson manages to get the inside ball in as well, as does Bedford,
No hands.
keeping the ball alive. Francis Harrison, and Treeby's over. In fact, it's Josh Gellert, the
No momentum.
vice captain, on-field captain at the moment,
It is going to be water break now. Water break
found his
after this.
momentum and got over.
They've been, to me, the linchpin of this team. The work they each get through in a game as the conversion is successful and New Zealand stretch
Water
again.
break.
Yes, it's where Sri Lanka have been outdone, hasn't it? It's been the units. It's been the back row unit and how they have played, how technically sound they have been. The decision-making from 9 and 10. Jackson Ephraim's has been taking the right options, calling the right side of the field every time that's been possible. So it hasn't been all lost, even though New Zealand have been comprehensively the better side. Shahid Zumri.
Well, that's just come straight out the same channel of the scrum. That should have been Sri Lanka's ball.
Yes, it wasn't hooked. I didn't think it was hooked as Mohammad Rifan gets away. Rifan manages to dummy Pasiasiata. Can they run onto it? Madhushanka shows and goes, still on his feet. Madhushanka still fighting this Science College and Police Centre who has been so good for Sri Lanka in the last couple of games. Senator Pereira asking for it to be slowed down, but that's not what they need now. They need urgency. Can Sri Lanka finish this game with a bang? They run over the top of Asiata. That's the first time it's happened. The fatigue is catching up with New Zealand's defense finally. The cries of Sri Lanka, if you can hear them in the background. Oh, that's not a good pass. Inaccurate. And now it's on for Preston. Preston steps. Preston stays on his feet. And finally getting it back with Shahid Zumri, and he puts a ball to boot, and that's not probably the best option as time seems to have run out.
Oh, what a shame. What a shame for Sri Lanka, and they are left strewn across the park here at the Racecourse ground in Colombo. A valiant effort, an entertaining match once more. They were undoubtedly better than they were in Kandy. Just not enough. Couldn't cross the line today. Take nothing away from New Zealand. Once again, convincing in victory, and they make sure it's 2-0 in the series.
So Ben, just tell us about this encounter. How happy are you with the performance?
Yeah, I think it was a great performance. I think both teams just played outstanding out there. Fast style of footy, got a real sore body. I think those Sri Lankan midfielders, they hit hard. I think you saw I got lifted up there. Yeah, really good game. Loved it.
So, how was your Sri Lankan experience here?
Oh, just such a beautiful country. I think just the love we've been given just from all the people. I mean, the food's been amazing. I think I've put on about 3-4 kgs just from all the food I've been eating. So, yeah, great time.
So, Sri Lanka is an upcoming country when it comes to rugby. So, your thoughts on the Sri Lankan talent?
Oh, there's so much potential there. I think they'll just keep growing and growing. I think they got just great base to build on there.
So, congratulations, Ben. You can enjoy the week.
Thank you very much.
And this is what it's all about. It's about community. Rugby is a game about friendship, it's about values, it's about respect. And there's nothing more obvious from these pictures.